Mount Olive. This is Bridget Toulon here with your 12th edition of Backstage Pass. Today we're here with a few members of the Women's Ensemble. Let's see what they have to say.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Wachowski. I'm a soprano 1 and I'm a junior.
Hello, I am Jendrik Shanga. I am a soprano 2 in Women's Ensemble and I am a senior.
Hi, I'm Nikki Peer. I'm an alto 1 and a junior.
Awesome. So how did you guys each, starting with Stephanie, get interested in joining a choral group in the school?
Well, I wanted to get more challenging music, so my freshman year I tried out for Women's Ensemble and I got in, so.
That's good. What about you, Jendrik?
I just love singing. I've been singing since like 3rd grade, so I didn't really want to stop it. And as well, I wanted to expand my knowledge of choir and singing. So I decided to join Women's Ensemble as a way of expanding my musicality.
Awesome. What about you?
I joined chorus last year, and I saw that my two best friends were in Women's Ensemble, and they had so much fun, so I figured why not just give it a shot, broaden my horizons. Mr. V's a great instructor.
Yeah. Do you, do the three of you look up to Mr. Vanzini in a kind of way?
Most definitely. He knows what he's talking about, and he makes choir so much fun, and he passes on his knowledge to us so that we can all become better singers as well.
Definitely, and I know that if you have difficulty with something, he will go out of his way to make sure that you know it, and he'll teach you certain techniques that help you expand your ability to sing. So he's awesome.
That's awesome.
Also, he knows that singing is a very challenging thing. Not challenging, well, in a way that some people are embarrassed to sing. So he's always
respectful of that?
Yeah, he's always encouraging you to sing more, and there are some people who are insecure, so in it he just tells you to go for it, and singing is just going for it and giving it your all.
Yeah, that's awesome. So do you guys perform publicly at all?
We do concerts. There's the usual winter concert, and there's also the spring concert as well, and we compete at the
Teen Arts.
Yeah, the Teen Arts at CCM, and those have been a good outcome each year.
Also, because of Mr. Vanzini's connections, some of us were able to go and perform at the lighting of the Christmas tree in Rockefeller Center.
That's awesome.
Which was a big deal because it was nationally broadcast.
Yeah.
So that was pretty exciting.
How was that Rockefeller experience for all of you? Did you all go?
Yeah, it was quite amazing. Since I was little, I'd always wanted to actually be there and sing on the show. So kind of got to do that.
Especially as a junior in high school, you got to check that off. That's awesome.
Right? It was amazing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. For competitions, how does that work, competing?
Competitions are adjudicated, which means that we sing two or three pieces, and the judges, they tell us our strong points and our weak points, and they judge us on how well we all worked as a group.
Yeah. So you said you had to perform 2 or 3 pieces. Now, do you only work on preparing those 2 to 3 pieces the whole year?
If we practice a piece in the winter concert, we might perform that one for the judges, or he makes a specific one that shows off our qualities, and we can perform those as well.
Yeah. What have been each of your favorite songs to perform, Stephanie?
It's one that we're working on. We started last year and we're doing it this year.
It's called Pontaray. That's my favorite too. Yes.
Why is it your favorite?
Because it uses mixed meters, and it's so much fun. And it's different from usual pieces that we sing, which are when people think of choir, they think of
classical.
Classical, melodious, and that's kind of. But this one's different. It adds flavor, and I like it.
There's a lot of energy behind it.
Yeah.
And it's just really fun.
Is it your favorite too?
Yeah, it's crazy because it's it starts off with everyone singing very similar parts, and then by the end it's 12 different parts singing different things in a different language, and
that's awesome. And you said you started it last year?
Yeah, we started it last year, but because of some difficulties, we couldn't perform it. But now this year, we're hoping to perform it for the spring concert.
That's awesome. Now, are they here at the high school?
Yes, all the concerts are here at the high school.
Are they free?
Oh yes, they're all free. So anybody can come watch the Women's Ensemble.
So what do you guys' practices usually consist of?
Well, we never start promptly on time because people like to go and get snacks and loiter around the school. So once we're all congregated around Mr. Vanzini's piano, we do our warm-ups with the major scales and breathing techniques, and then we just go through the pieces, work on things that we need to fix and then run it through, and occasionally we'll go out into the Performing Arts Center and run it a few times because the acoustics in the choir room are different than the acoustics in the pack.
Are the acoustics in the pack more like where you perform, like compete and all that?
Yeah, we need to get used to it because in the choir room, when you sing, the sound comes back to you, so it's different. And in the Performing Arts Center, the sound is more open, so we practice more singing out there. Yeah, that's cool.
You said you had to practice breathing techniques. What are breathing techniques?
Well, when you sing, you don't want to sing from your throat because if you sing from your throat, you're going to hurt your vocal cords. But there's this muscle down by your stomach called the diaphragm, and if you like breathe in, your stomach's supposed to swell like a balloon, and that offers like lots of support so you can hold the notes and sustain them.
Oh, that's good. How long have each of you been a part of Women's Ensemble? Freshman year, right?
I've been in since sophomore year.
This is actually my first year.
Yeah? That's awesome. Having it be your first year, do you think you have a different approach to Women's Ensemble than the veterans?
I feel like maybe they have more of like they just go with the flow because they kind of know how Mr. Vanzini works with this particular choir. For me, it's more of like I know that I need to do certain things a certain way and certain things another way to mix in with the choir because it's different than singing with like a 60-person choir. There's like, what, 15 of us?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, do you find the vocal parts, how do they really mesh together?
In some pieces, the meshing is so difficult because the notes can be so close together, so it's dissonant, and it's like hard to hear your note. So I like those pieces because I think that's cool. But other parts, it's a little bit simpler in which like you have if you're an alto, you're designated to like most of the low notes, I guess.
Yeah.
And the soprano twos, you're designated to the notes of the male. Soprano ones, they usually, they're divas, so they go for the high notes. Yeah.
So, and you're the soprano one? Diva of the group. As far as the vocal parts go, are there solos, like designated to certain parts?
No, there's this one piece that we are doing. It's called Veni Sancte, and if anybody wants to do a solo, they can do a solo. So it's not really designated to a certain voice part. If you can do it, then Mr. Vanzini lets you do it.
Right. Now, can you ask him, hey, can I do this solo, or is
Most
it
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'd be like, yeah, sure, go for it, and then. Yeah.
So he's very encouraging, it seems like.
He's very encouraging.
He asks like who wants to try out for it, and then like you just like whoever wants it will like sing it, and then he basically chooses who he thinks sounds the best.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's very fair, it sounds.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
How does Women's Ensemble differ from the other choral groups in the school?
Well, first, it's a very small group of audition girls from each voice part, and there's like soprano 1, soprano 2, alto 1, and alto 2, and it's obviously all female as compared to like madrigals and concert choir.
Right.
And I guess the size is what differentiates it from the chorus.
Yeah.
It's also different, it being an all-women's group, because I know we're in concert choir, so we're used to having like the basses and the tenors singing along with us. So, and when it's just women, the sound is a bit more different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you prefer an all-woman range rather than having some basses and tenors in there?
I don't know. It
depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
On some songs, I really like the bass and tenors, and some songs I just want it to be like all women. It sounds better that way. Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, no
Thank
problem. And everyone can head out to hear the Mount Olive High School on March 14th to see the Women's Ensemble perform. And we'll see you next time, Mount Olive.